right, so the altered dominant scale, which is kind of loosely based off of different scales, but there's really one main one that we're going to focus on. And it's really similar to the octatonic scale, which I taught you last time, which can be used over dominant, but I want to actually teach you really the correct altered scale. So when you have a dominant chord in a major or a minor 2-5-1, so if you hear something like this, where you hear that really strong and it just kind of sounds out there, but it's really pulling towards something. I mean, you can really hear the tension, but it's a really beautiful chord. You know, the more abstract chords you hear, they're most likely altered to some degree. So, the altered scale, the first half is going to be the half whole, half whole. So if we do C as an example, half step, whole step, half step, whole step. Now, once we reach the halfway point, which is going to be the flat 5, okay, then we're going to go up in whole steps. Whole, whole, whole step. And there's something that's really interesting about this scale, is that you can actually build triads off of the G flat and the A flat. So you can build a major triad off of the flat 5 and the flat 6 to get 6 of the 7 notes. So that means that you can actually arpeggiate those chords as well. Okay, so when you see an altered chord, you can just go to the flat 5 or flat 6 of that chord name, and you can do some kind of arpeggio or chord off of that to give you some more interesting shapes to work with. All right, so now just getting to the nitty-gritty here. If you're playing this chord progression, which will start off in the key of D in your jazz keyboard harmony book. So what we've done now is we're going to extend this. In the left hand, you're going to play the root. You're going to play that chord voicing that you learned in the right hand. Then we're going to drop down. And then root. So that's the first thing you need to do. Just get used to working back and forth. Almost a stride-like pattern. We need the root to be able to hear the foundation, and then we have the sophisticated harmony in between. In the right hand, you're basically just going to be playing modally and improvising slightly off of each chord. So on the first chord, you're going to be playing the Dorian scale. That's really our major option. You don't need to really play anything else other than Dorian for now. So you just kind of ad-lib a little bit. You can do triads, you can do scale work, and then we get to the altered dominant, and then you're going to play the A altered dominant scale, which is also known as the A diminished whole tone scale. And then you're going to land on the tonic, D major 9, and of course you can play that D major scale here. Or you can play Lydian, or you can play the new scale that we learned, which was the Penta 7. This sounds actually really good with this. is the template, and you really just need to focus on a few keys for now. Just wanted to make sure that you understand the assignment. And so what we're doing is we're taking each 251, extracting it, and really just starting to understand the sound, the altered dominant sound in the right hand with the left hand, and then we can start expanding on that in terms of understanding what chord shapes in the right hand, kind of breaking apart that chord into a upper structure triad. So just really quickly, so here's this A7 dominant chord here, and what I can also do is I can go to the flat 5, which is the E flat, and then I can go to the flat 6, which is the F, and then I can structure those E flat and F major chords on top of this shape. What's really cool is when you arpeggiate those chords back to back. And then of course you have arpeggiated shapes you can build off of the tonic. So that'll be the next step that we'll go with that, but really what you need to do is just kind of focus going one key at a time, go down in steps, focus on D major, then go to C major, B flat major. Same progression as in the keyboard harmony book.